Please go ahead.
No, this is your success story.
You need to get right into the sell. When people give you their address, boast them up about their house. Wow, you're in Goodyear? I love that area. What did it take? What is it? And you're playing into their ego. How long you've been seeing scorpions? Okay, and you're just playing into them 100%. You got to play the game. You're making that face, man, because I'm winning you over, bro. Like, this is the thing. But I'm not, like, I'm just being kind. I'm getting to the point. It's a mind game and you're laughing, but it works, okay?
Welcome to the Premium Mindset, the weekly podcast where homegrown entrepreneurs and business owners, Evan Ritchey and Cameron Bawden, share the good, the bad, and the ugly of modern entrepreneurship and reveal what really happens behind the scenes of their personal and professional lives. As owners of two of America's fastest growing and most disruptive companies, Coconut Cleaning and Green Mango Pest Control. Stay tuned for real stories, struggles, insight, and advice from real entrepreneurs in real time.
I'm going to boast about this, okay? I don't boast about myself often, but I need to boast about this. James Sisko, the most diligent, analytical person you know, texted me 3 months ago and said, your customers that you sold still refer us at a higher rate than any salesman.
Like 12, 13 years ago.
I haven't been on the phones for probably 6 years now, maybe longer. 6 years, 6 or 7 years, said your customers that you sold still refer us at a higher rate than any other salesman that's ever worked here. The second person is Brooke Williams, Dusty's sister.
Yep. I remember she was in the office.
I think people that watch this show enough, like, know I'm not the most personable person. Like, I'm not your like teddy bear. So why do my customers refer more than anyone else? I have the answer.
Yeah, please.
This is the thing that drives me nuts, okay? I show passion and compassion on the show. I play into people's ego, okay? Listen, hear me out. I just did a sales training with them. When people give you their address, okay, boast them up about their house. Wow, you're in Goodyear? I love that area. What did it take? What is it? And you're playing into their ego. How long you've been seeing scorpions? Okay, and you're just playing into them 100%. You got to play the game. It's a mind game and you're laughing, but it works, okay?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
No, this is your success story.
My success.
The success
I could
is
talk for 20 minutes on this. You need to get right into the sell. When I listen to the sales calls today, Green Mango, 14 years in business, and I'm embarrassed to say it, some of the salesmen are spending upwards of 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes before they get into the pitch. What are they doing? They're asking for their first name, their last name, the email, the phone number. It's like, dude, who cares about that right now?
Yep.
Pitch them and get them sold on the service. And then throughout the service, you ask the little questions like, hey, I like to ask for the name at the beginning. Hey, my name's Cameron. Who do I have the privilege of speaking to today? Jan. Cool. You got Jan now. And then you're going throughout it. And, halfway through, hey, what's the address of your home? I need to make sure that, we have optimized routing, and that's what we do our pricing off of. By the way, the thing that you're going to absolutely love, and that's the other thing, people give information, okay, just, hey, this is what we do. You need to speak to like what we're going to do for them and why they're going to love it. Evan, what you're going to love is tri-block technology. Nobody else has it. And here's the difference between a lot of companies. They come out with the little hand canister or backpack sprayers. We spent so much money on these truck mounted power sprayers. It puts out 10 to 15 gallons of product. I'm looking at your house right now. You have a beautiful yard playing into their house. This landscaping is absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had a pool. I really don't. Gosh, it's crazy here in the summertime without a pool. But what you're going to love is when we come out, we saturate that fence line for you. Why? A couple different reasons. Your neighbors, and it's like you're speaking to why they're going to love it, as opposed to just, yeah, we do the fence line and we do the yard and we do the perimeter of the house. Okay. And then obviously sells natural, assuming the sell. Just assume it. Don't, there's one salesman, and bless his heart, he's newer, but he's like, gave him the price. How does that sound? You're just like, this is in the manual. This is 101. And he's telling me, because I called him today, I said, how's sales going, man? He said, I'm getting an objection at the end that like I need to talk to my husband and wife. So what I say to overcome that, I'm like, you're screwed. Like it's you need to 8 mile. Am I telling them about what 8 miling means? Right. And I said, look, bro, if they're saying that at the end, you have not built enough hype. I had Kayla send me 3 calls of this guy. Listen to the first 3 minutes. I'm like, and he's one of the ones that spent a minute and a half getting into the cell. I said, bro, hook them and then ask for their information. But talk to them. Tell them what they're going to love. Boast them out. Oh, you did a great job calling in today. And it's frustrating calling into all these different pest control companies. Like, you found the one. We're the best. We've been in business since 2010. There's a reason why we're the biggest. We have over 4,000 5-star reviews. Okay. What you're going to love about us, which is what everyone else loves. And then testimonials. That's my other favorite. And this salesman that I'm harping on right now is my favorite. He was a tech for almost 3 years. I said, bro, tell 5 years? Shiz, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, tell your story. Hey, Jan, all these things are absolutely phenomenal, but here's what people loved when I was a technician. I was actually a tech for Green Mango for 5 years, so I know the service inside and out. When I'd clean up those spider webs for people, you should have seen the smile on their faces. You're making that face, man, because I'm winning you over, bro. Like, this is the thing. But I'm not, like, I'm just being kind. I'm getting to the point. And then I talk about the referral program and I'm speaking to them. It's not, hey, this is our referral program. It's like, this is why you're going to love the referral program and why you're going to get 6 free services this year, which is free pest control. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't make sense, but hey, it's our little secret. I'm connecting with them. You get a free service every time you refer your friend or family. Do you have 6 people that you know that benefit from our service? Of course you do. Give me, you get their names. By the way, they get a free initial too. You're giving them $200. We're going to make it look like you paid for it though, to, make sure you're the winner. You're the hero. Go ahead. Your turn.
I was going to sign up, but I forgot I'm already signed up with Green Mango. I love it because I feel like, again, selling for you 2012 and then kind of having my own experience in sales, I've always grown very fond of it. I've loved the idea of the more psychological approach, like exactly what you're saying, as far as making sure the customer's needs are taken care of, make sure their hot buttons are all touched. And that's what I feel like what I hear on the coconut sales calls. So yeah, life's hectic right now. My dog peed again. And they're like, yeah,
how
no
do
problem.
they respond? Yes. How do they respond to that? No problems. It's like, bro, connect with them.
Contamination for $150. What kind of dog is it? How often does this happen?
When the dog pees on the carpet, that's the freaking worst, man. My little dog, she does it all. Connect with them, dude. It's so easy. That's what I'm saying. We're not doing anything different. It's coming out of your shell just a little bit and just connecting, dude.
And then it's making them feel okay that because a lot of people are like, I'm so embarrassed. Hey, 95% of our jobs are pet related. This happens to everyone. What kind of dog is it by chance? People are like, oh, it's my little, whatever corgi. It's I love corgis. Cool. How often does this happen? That's super frustrating. I'm glad you called. We're going to be your one-stop shop to make sure that if this does happen again, you won't ever have to stress about it. They're like, wow, that's so, I'm like, that's just listening. You're listening to the person. And so I feel like when I'm listening to a call, it's I hear them, I hear the customer saying, oh yeah, life's hectic. Hey, what's going on? Hey, teeing them up for hey, the Coconut Club is a membership that you get to join where you don't have to worry about if your house is going to be cleaned. We do all the planning and scheduling for you, making sure that we maintain your home. It's they're like, oh, I didn't even think about it like that. I'm like, man, it's super frustrating. But what am I, so real quick, because I want to tee this back to you for sales. One, how many accounts did you sell in your best year? I think I remember the number.
I can't remember.
Is it close to 1,500?
Yeah, I honestly can't remember.
Are you being for real? Yeah. He's 1,550. Okay. I see all day in this industry, because it's a very door-to-door heavy industry, that I don't know if people want to do the math there, but there's this thing called golden doors, which is, producing $650,000 in revenue or more. And a lot of people tout 500 accounts, some are 600, whatever. But I remember, because I think Alyssa made a post about it. She said, shout out to this guy selling 1,500, 1,700 accounts. That's insane. But my favorite story by far is last year, maybe 2 years ago, I forget. But we had the cruise thing. So you said basically like it was everybody, hey, if you refer 3 people to Green Mango Pest Control, you get a basic ticket to go on a cruise together as a company. And it was ran for like 4 months. Okay. All of a sudden you dip out on the last day at like 4 p.m. I'm like, I don't know what the heck he's doing. And you go and sell 3 accounts.
And that's the mistake. I should have done it on day one, man.
Maybe, but I thought it was even cooler that it's like I'm not worried, and then like literally the last day of closing, you go and sell 3 accounts. But I want to know like what was going through your mind when it's been like 6 years of you being like door to door, and then all of a sudden you hop out of your Lamborghini Urus in some neighborhood, you're like Lamborghini lock, like. What was the like mindset for you? Was it like, I got this, I've done this before? Were there some jitters?
Oh, I was so nervous because I was like, if I bagel,
Wait, keep going. Yeah.
I do not want to end my knocking career on a bagel night. Like that was the number one thing. Cause I said, if I bagel tonight, I'm not coming back out again.
You
like,
didn't tell anybody what you were doing for that reason.
I'm ashamed to admit that. Okay. But here's the thing. I always hear my dad say, the mind is willing, but the body isn't able.
Mm.
And I was on the doors and I knew like my first 4 doors, I knew exactly when I was losing the sell, like when I needed to be aggressive and assume the sell. And I didn't do it because I was scared. And after 4 doors, I was like, I'm either going to like get these 3 accounts and get the frick out of here, or like I can keep being a pansy at the door. And like, so I just when I went hard, dude, I think I went like, I don't know what it was, like 3 for 8 or something, man. And I just pushed. One guy gave me, what did he give me? Like a candle and like some treats, like some chocolate.
Like
and I was like,
I
remember these days, man. Like people just fall in love with you, fall in love with me. But that's the thing. Like, and I'm not anything special, but I hear them out. I play to their ego. I make them hear what they want to hear. And it's like, I'm genuine about it. Like, I genuinely think like, this is a nice house. This is a nice car. Like, wow, I love that. Like, I love pets. I love your dog. And you just become their friend. And they remember that. That's the biggest thing about sales. Like, become their friend. Don't be an order taker. I think we have a bunch of order takers in our organization.
Yeah.
But I mean, after I sold those 3 accounts, you guys heard about it.
Oh yeah.
It's so like, I'm not gonna lie, man, I haven't knocked a door since. It feels good.
You got 3 selfies with every single person.
Yeah, because I wanted to prove it. It's like, here's my guy.
Okay. The reason I love that story is at the end of the day, founders always tout themselves as, I can't find anybody to do it better than me. The best founders end up creating systems that allow people to succeed and do better. And I think that we're continuously working on that. But what I always love, and you've led by example, I went to this video real quick. I sent it to Lexi, but like this was in the retention department. But even in, this is maybe 6 months ago. Okay. We were short in the retention department, which is people saying, hey, I'm a little frustrated with the service. I probably want to cancel. And then what I do, I come out of my office and Cameron's just over on the phones. I just say, hey, Cameron. And then he gives me a nice wave, hello. Oh, I remember that vividly. But, okay, we could talk about sales processes all day. We could talk about the importance of getting good sales managers. We could talk about all day how we've tried and failed with commission structures, overrides, you name it. But at the end of the day, you as the founder have to be in the trenches and remind people who you are sometimes. And then you have to just remind them that it's not, you're never going to hear the word owner from my mouth during the sale. I said, you guys, if you're doing a good job at Coconut, people are asking if you're the owner. And that's when you know that you're doing something right. So listen to your customers, play into the emotion of like, hey, like I just saw a scorpion. Where'd you see the scorpion? What's going on? Like those little questions. And in any service that you're in, when people call and they have something frustrated going on, like these are the moments where you say, hey guys, this isn't about tactics and tricks and manipulation. I'm just going to listen to the customer and make sure that they feel heard and then provide the solution, which is what we do, as our service.
So really quick before we end, what are some things, because clearly like our salesmen are still saying things that we don't love. Like, what are some systems that you're implementing right now that you want to talk about, and we can follow up with it in a couple of weeks, a couple of months from now?
Yeah, I really look forward to like just showing this, because I want to give it to people too, because I've worked really hard on it. It's been a collection of, you know, everything I've learned here, but also just collections all around, and it's a roadmap. And people undervalue how important a roadmap is for a salesperson, because maybe you even get some of the best things you can do is your most technical technician who's the best. You say like, he's going to be the sales manager, but you have to have somebody totally different. So right now I'm literally writing down verbatim 10 different sales scenarios for one type of sale. So let's say if we want a lifetime Coconut Club membership, I'm writing down 10 different scripts for the intro, the bridge, the value, features and benefits, objection, resolve ace close, soft close, build value, hard close.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to the people out in the field. I'm taking recordings of them saying, this is what people say to me. And then I'm putting it into scripts and then giving them 3 scenarios where they could take the sale right after somebody says something like that. But it always ends with giving the value to the customer. And it is so mundane and it's so boring, but every desired outcome for any type of sale, whether it's like, hey, you want to sell more carpet? This is how the conversation gets teed off. This is how you frame the conversation. This is how you build features and benefits. Because I feel like we've sucked at it, but I don't have regular scientific studies about the importance of air duct cleaning. Like I just tell the guys like, here, this is what I say. But then I'm like, wait, there's 10,000 pieces about how important it is to clean your air ducts. There's 10,000 pieces on how dirty carpet is. So I'm putting actual facts and things that other groups and places have put into understanding the cleaning aspect, and I'm putting it all into scripts, and I'm literally handing it to these guys and having them read it verbatim, and then having them put it down and then role play, and the role plays are just going phenomenal, and our sales are skyrocketing right now because they're like, I never knew where to go after this, or I might know how to go overcome that objection, but I don't know like what's next. And so they start stammering around. And so the boring thing that I'm doing now is creating 10 scripts for one desired outcome for probably 20 different scenarios. So that'll be 200 different scripts.
Do you think that's too much?
Well, so I'm slow releasing
to me,
it
it's
as
like
I make
give
it.
3 for each one.
Yeah, so I'll
and
make one
memorize
and then
the
give
3.
it. I'll make one and then give it. No, it's, I guess what I'm saying is that I have one framework, which is intro, bridge, feature, benefit.
To me, it's like I don't know, you do your thing and maybe I'm not following you, but if you say like there's 200, like I'm not as a salesman, I'm not memorizing 200. I want 3 go-to lines that I can, refer back to.
Yeah, that's where we're at, but it's all the different applications, just because for us, we can sell so many different things in the home.
Makes sense.
It's not like just GPC, like,
hey,
this is how,
don't do that.
No, it's not as like rudimentary, or like a caveman can't just sell cleaning. So I know it's simpler for pest control, but
I'm going to stop you right now. What about meetings?
Meetings, those are the most important
Role
thing.
plays and meetings. How often? What's your commitment right now?
Literally the reverse engineer of any time we are failing, role plays are not happening.
So daily?
Daily.
So
now they are
$6 million daily role playing, and then once a week sales train, like an actual. So how long is that? Those
sales training's an hour every day. They have to role play for 15 minutes under the direction of sales managers and different managers, and they role play what they succeeded with, so it can ingrain into them the good processes. And then they also get the feedback from others on like, hey, I just can't get past price.
Okay. I like it.
And so, and then even as one script comes out, it goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working. Our sales are starting to skyrocket. And I feel like people have more certainty in what they're doing, rather than like, well, hey, just sell the Coconut Club or sell a couch cleaning because people need to get it done. And then they're just stammering around and not knowing where to go with it.